Hey, it's Libby. It's never too late to do Tidy Tuesday, right? It's still Monday. It's not Tuesday yet. So last week's data was FBI agency data, I believe. I think so. Um, and let's go to the README and make sure. Yes, okay. FBI agency data. So what you are seeing right now is just an example script that I had used to create a video showing how to get through the Tidy Tuesday repo. Um, and today I was playing around with the Sweetviz package. So that is my Tidy Tuesday, is just playing with the Sweetviz package and sort of like showing a demonstration of it. All I've done is import pandas, Tidy Tuesday, and Sweetviz. I've already imported my data through Tidy Tuesday, so I'm not going to run this. But what it did, I imported it and then I used it right here in this commented out line. And what it did was it downloaded all of this for me. So it downloaded the CSV file, um, it downloaded this PNG file, meta file, and the README. And the README is great to have locally so that you always know what your data is and what your data dictionary is. You don't have to go back and look for it. So I like pulling all that down. I have switched this around so that if you don't want to do that, you can just do this and run it with the CSV URL. Anyway, I read in agencies, and let me go ahead and just comment this out and we'll run this. And I'll go ahead and create agencies from the URL. Here you can see agencies. It has a lot of rows. It's got 10 columns. If I click this, I can open it up in the Data Explorer and take a look at it, kind of what it is and what the distribution is. What I am interested in is comparing two data sets. That's what I was comparing Sweetviz for. So I know that this data set has lots of state specific data. I just wanted to pick two states and compare them. Not all of the columns in this data set are good for comparison between states, but some of them are interesting. So I wanted to grab California and Texas. Those are always two interesting ones to compare. I created a subset with state equal to California and one with state equal to Texas. So I will create those now. And if I do that, we can see that they exist now. One has more rows than the other. Texas has far more rows than the one for California. And then I am going to use sweetviz.compare, and I'm going to give it my California agencies data set, my Texas agencies data set. These are just the names, like these are strings that I want to use as names for the data sets in my report, and it's going to create an HTML report. Now to run this, I did have to go pip install a specific version of NumPy. It looks like NumPy made some changes and Sweetviz is working on a fix to address that issue. But for right now, I just did that pip install with that specific version and it fixed it. So do that, restart your kernel, whatever you're using, and then you can run this. So let me run this line. It's going to work for a little while. Um, I've noticed that in Positron, it fails to render these plots. I'm not really worried about that because my output is an HTML file and I will show that to you. So we're going to use the .show underscore HTML function on our report object. And it doesn't look as nice when you just view it here. So click this little button to open it in the browser, or it creates it over here for us, this agencies underscore compare. And we could also just open in browser right there. Now down here, it's telling me it's not rendering that plot. All right, let's pull this over so that I can show it to you. You can see all my glorious tabs here. Here, there we go. Less messy. So this is the HTML report that it gives us, our first and second data set. It tells us how many of them have duplicates. We don't have any because these are two different states. How many features? So that's 10 rows, 6 categoricals, 2 numericals, 2 texts. If we go down and hover over each of these, it's going to show us a larger version of this sort of preview down here. So it doesn't help to really compare on ORI because that's a unique identifier according to our README. So we're going to ignore that. Counties, not going to make a lot of sense because the counties are different between California and Texas. But I really like this latitude comparison, and I'm going to make this a little bit bigger so that hopefully this renders a little bit larger. But as you can see, latitude, we have some overlaps between California and Texas. That makes sense. Latitude goes this way, right? So if you look at a slice of latitude across the United States, Texas and California will share some. And then longitude, it does not share any of the same longitudes. That makes sense. Longitude goes this way. They're completely separate east-west locations. So I think that's kind of cool. I had never really compared lat long data, lat long features like that between data sets. State abbreviations, obviously, they're going to be different, and state, but agency type, that's interesting, right? Because we have agency types that are going to overlap: university, college, city agencies, other state agencies. And we have a couple of features down here, the NIBRS, which I would go check out the data to understand what that is. But I thought this was really cool. I like this HTML report a lot. I think this might be really, really useful for other uses and other people. So play around with it, give it a shot. Tell me what you think of it. I will try to include a gist or a gist. I don't know how you say that for GitHub, a gist, I guess. Um, so that you can have the code that I have, or I'll pop it up on GitHub somewhere. All right,